company to join Amanda and Alex together in holy matrimony. Although this is their day, it's also a tribute to all of you here. For knowing you and interacting with you has helped to make Amanda and Alex who they needed to be to find one another. They would like to thank you all for that. All of you are the threads of which are woven in the tapestry of their lives. Each one of you are an important piece in the story that it tells. It is the fabric that they wrap themselves in and take comfort in when the world seems cold. And on days like today, when everything is right in their world, that tapestry is proudly spread out and displayed for everyone to see, with all of its glorious colors and textures that your diversity adds. You all hold a special place in their hearts, reserved for those that they have chosen to call family and friends, and they are deeply grateful for each of you here today. Let us go to the Lord in prayer. God of love, who gives us this longing for and capability of loving, we give you thanks for Amanda and Alex, for their open hearts and willing spirits, and for the example of love that they embody here in our presence. Be with them on this joyous occasion of showing their love and making their vows, and be with us, their witnesses, that we may be changed by what is said and witnessed here. Amen. Amen. Who gives this woman to be married to this man?
Her mother and I.
You may be seated. Marriage is a gift from God, a miracle. After speaking to you both, it is obvious that you already know some of the great blessings marriage has to offer. It is an opportunity to feel joy in taking care of someone who takes care of you, to be challenged towards growth, yet gently nurtured, and to love deeply and receive it in return. It is a commitment to participate in a process of mutual evolution, understanding, and forgiveness, and it is indeed a sacred union to be treated with reverence. Marriage is not a place to hide from the world. It's a safe place to grow and become wiser with one another. It's also a place to evolve into better people so that you can go out into the world by making a difference, spreading joy and wisdom that you have found with one another. Together in this marriage, you shall contribute more fully, for you both shall be more full. Amanda, Alex is a gift from God, but he is not your gift alone. It is God's will that in your love, this man might find within himself a greater sense of who he is meant to be. You are asked to see the good in this man, to accept him for who he is and who he shall be. And in this way, God's purpose shall be accomplished in this relationship. May this man find the kingdom of heaven through your love. And so it's with you, Alex, that although Amanda is God's gift to you, she is not your gift intended for you alone. You are asked by God to so love this woman, that in your love she might find herself as God created her, so beautiful, strong, and true, that the entire world might be blessed by the presence of a woman who shines so. May she relax in your arms as she has never relaxed before, and may she know from now on that there is one whose love she can depend on forever. You all asked me to find scripture to read here this morning, which, as a minister, that's one of my favorite things to get to do. So, I share with you a passage from Song of Songs. It's also known as Song of Solomon. It's actually one of the beautiful poems of the Bible. This comes from chapter 2, verses 10 through 13, and chapter 8, verses 6 and 7. My beloved speaks and says to me, "Arise, my love, my fair one, and come away. For now the winter is past, the rain is over and gone, the flowers appear on the earth, the time of singing has come, and the voice of the turtle dove is heard in our land. The fig tree puts forth its figs, and the vines are in blossom. They give forth fragrance. Arise, my love, my fair one, and come away. Set me as a seal upon your heart, as a seal upon your arm. For love is strong as death, passion fierce as the grave. It flashes our flashes of fire, a raging flame. Many waters cannot quench love, neither can floods drown it. If one offered for love all the wealth of one's house, it would be utterly scorned." Amanda and Alex, if you're ready to step into the holy circle of matrimony, assuming all of its rights, obligations, and abundant joys, please indicate so by facing each other and joining hands. Amanda, will you take Alex to be your husband? And will you pledge your faith to him in all love and honor, in all duty and service, in all faith and tenderness, to live with him and cherish him according to the ordinance of God in the holy bond of marriage? If so now, answer, I do.
I do.
Alex, will you take Amanda to be your wife? And will you pledge your faith to her in all love and honor, in all duty and sacrifice, in all faith and tenderness, to live with her, to cherish her, according to the ordinance of God, in the holy bond of marriage? If so, answer now, I do.
I do.
And so we come now, Amanda and Alex, to the presentation of rings, which symbolize your love. Without beginning or end, and with no point of weakness, this circle is a reminder of the eternal quality of unending strength and love. Let the seamless circle of these rings become the symbol of your endless love and unending faithfulness. Your wedding rings are most special because they say even in your uniqueness, you have chosen to be bonded and to allow the presence of another human being to enhance who you are. Your rings carry a potent double message. We are individuals, yet we belong, and we are not alone. As you wear them through time, they will reflect not only who you are, but the glorious union that you're now creating. May I have the rings? Amanda, take this ring and place it on Alex's finger and repeat after me. I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love,
My faith in us,
my faith in us,
and my promise to learn and grow with you.
and my promise to learn and grow with you.
Alex, repeat after me. I forever will wear this ring
I forever will wear this ring
as a sign of my commitment
as a sign of my commitment
and the desire of my heart.
and the desire of my heart.
Alex, take this ring, place it on Amanda's finger, and repeat after me. I give you this ring as a symbol of my love,
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love,
my faith in us,
my faith in us,
and my promise to learn and grow with you.
and my promise to learn and grow with you.
Amanda, repeat after me. I forever will wear this ring
I forever will wear this ring
as a sign of my commitment
as a sign of my commitment
and the desire of my heart.
and the desire of my heart.
Looking again at Scripture, Romans chapter 12, verses 9 through 16 tells us, love must be sincere. Hate what is evil. Cling to what is good. Be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourselves. And never be lacking in zeal, but keep your spiritual fervor, serving the Lord. And be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. Share the Lord's people who are in need. Practice hospitality. Bless those who persecute you, and bless and do not curse. Rejoice with those who rejoice, mourn with those that mourn, and live in harmony with one another. Amanda and Alex, with the exchanging of rings, you've sealed your relationship by giving and receiving vows. And this covenant is a relationship pledge between two people who agree that they will commit themselves to one another throughout their lives. The most beautiful example of this partnership is the marriage relationship. Today, this relationship is symbolized through the pouring of these two individual containers of sand. One representing you, Amanda, and all that you were, all that you are, and all that you will ever be. And the other representing you, Alex, and all that you were, and all that you are, and all that you will ever be. As the two vases of sand are poured into the third vessel, the individual vases of sand will no longer exist, but will be joined together as one. And just as these grains of sand can never be separated or poured again into the individual vases, so will your marriage be. Let's share the blessing together. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. And may the sun shine warm upon your face and the rains fall soft upon the fields. May the light of your friendship guide your paths together. And may the joy of living for one another trip a smile from your lips, a twinkle from your eye. And when eternity beckons, at the end of a life heaped high on love, may the good Lord embrace you with the arms that have nurtured you this whole joy-filled days. May the gracious God hold you both in the palm of his hands, and today may the spirit of love find a dwelling place in your hearts. It's that time, I guess, isn't it? Man and Alex, in the presence of God and your family and friends here at Pisgah today, you have spoken the words and performed the rites which unite your lives. It is my legal right as a minister in the Commonwealth of Kentucky and my absolute greatest joy and privilege to pronounce you husband and wife. Alex, you can kiss your bride.
Woo.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to introduce to you for the first time, Mr. and Mrs. Alex Buck.